What's going on, guys? Neil from the Sky Blue Review, back with something a little bit different. It's the first time I'm doing this on the channel. I'm going to do a tier list. I've got one away game left. Going to need to do something to fill my summer, so I thought I'd give these a go. You can see it on screen. Got all the Championship clubs lined up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all of the Championship clubs that have been at the CBS this season and rank their away support. Not necessarily the result, but I love a vocal fan base. I love the banter you can get backwards and forwards. So we've got 5 categories. We've got class, which I've put Coventry because we are. Vocal, meh. Expected more, and why bother? With the expected more, that's probably going to be the fan bases that brought big numbers and didn't really deliver. So let's get cracking. We started the season home game against Nottingham Forest. They were winning until the last couple of minutes and then we won. I'm going to put meh. I didn't think they were overly great. Special shout out Northampton Town. They're not on this list, but when Northampton came in the Carabao Cup, I thought they were brilliant. Next up, we had Reading, who again we beat in the last minute. Meh. Didn't really hear much of them at all. I think that kind of sums up their season. Bless them. Next, we had Middlesbrough. I'm going to put Middlesbrough and expected more. They were vocal, but what they were vocal about was at Neil Warnock playing dinosaurs, which, to be fair, I can understand. They've gone much better under Wilder. So I'll be doing an away days video, and you can expect to see Borough get much higher in that one. Next up, we had Cardiff. Again, I expected more. I remember games years ago against Cardiff in the Championship where their fans brought the noise and it was really good. All you had was your basic England versus Wales chant for 90 minutes. Midweek as well, so I'll give them a little bit of a leeway for that one. But it weren't the best. Next up, we had Peterborough on a Friday night. Why bother coming? They didn't get behind their side once. The side were terrible. And yeah, not great for Peterborough, I'm afraid. After that, the next team to come to the mighty CBS, Fulham. Why bother? Worst set of fans in the Championship. Sorry, I've said it. I'm going to get some stick. Don't care. Great football side, played some great stuff. Terrible fans. So they're going in. Why bother? Next up, Darby, who I thought were very vocal, very good fans. A little bit of trouble that day. It was a feisty atmosphere. We had them again in the FA Cup and they brought a fair few as well. So I like Derby fans. That they were good that day. We had a bit of banter. So they're going up there for me. Swansea. Swansea were quite vocal too. Again, midweek. Brilliant side. And their fans were class as well. Yeah, they were good. So they're going to go in vocal. Bristol City. Expected more. 2-1 up, down to 10 men. Fair enough, we came back and won in the last minute. Bit of a staple of our early season. But I expected a lot more from the Bristol fans. They travelled in numbers and didn't really do much. Next up, we had Blues, Birmingham. Birmingham were very vocal. They're going to go straight in there. If it wasn't a 0-0 draw, they probably could have gone in class. But they were very vocal midweek. I know it's not a massive trip to make, Birmingham to Cov, but midweek they did really well to come over, so fair play to them. Our next home game was another Midlands derby, West Brom, and I'm going to put West Brom in class. They brought some big numbers, they were vocal, they won. Lunchtime kick-off on Sky as well, so still brought some good numbers. Again, I know it's local, it's not far to go, but I thought their fan base was brilliant that day. I've got a couple of mates that were in the West Brom end. I've seen a couple of vlogs from their end as well, and I thought they were cracking, to be fair. Then we had the dreaded COVID break, which was horrible, and we came back with Millwall. I'm going to say nah. All they do is make that droning meow noise, which does my head in. Yeah, they won. But again, I didn't rate their fan base at all coming up. I get they've got this big reputation. You could expect them to be and expected more. But I know that the fan base you expect don't travel that much to clubs like Cov. So yeah, I'm going to put them in meh. Next up, the mighty 4,000 to QPR. 4,000 fans they brought. I'm putting them in expected more. Didn't hear a lot from them at all, considering there was 4,000 of them. And I keep repeating that because that's all they did on Twitter that week. So QPR expected more of you. And again, when I do my away days video, you'll see what I think about them in there as well. Stoke were the next side to come. Nah. Pretty poor game. We ended up winning. Again, midweek, so not the greatest fan base to come, but they were okay. Next, and possibly the best fan base to come to the CBS this season, Blackpool. I was in a box for this one with my friends from Surprise Shirts. Brilliant experience being in a box with them. It was a great day. Wasn't in my usual seat, but you could hear. I was at the other end of the stadium to the Blackpool fans. Didn't stop making noise all night. They were brilliant. Didn't bring many for a midweek trip to Cardiff, which you wouldn't expect, but you could hear them. Put it that way. They were brilliant. Next up, Barnsley. Why bother? At this point, mid-Feb, Barnsley were pretty much down. Lost 1-0. Very, very boring game of football as well. Didn't have much to cheer about. So I'm going to put them in there. Bit harsh on Barnsley because I think they've got a good set of fans, but they've just had a really, really terrible season. So I didn't really expect too much from them. Preston, I'm going to put in again and expected more. Another massive following. I think they brought 3,500 to 4,000 fans down to Cov. Fair enough. We pipped them with a last-minute equaliser, which was the first ever vlog I did on this channel, actually. So go back and watch that. But I expected more from their fans. They were good, but with the numbers they brought, you would have expected a bit more. Next up, Luton, who we played midweek. Nah. Didn't bring as many as I thought they would. They were okay. But again, considering they beat us 5-0 at their place earlier on in the year, you would have thought they would have come in expecting something, flying high in the playoffs, but no, weren't great. Next was Sheffield United. I'm going to put Sheffield United in. Am I going to go expected more? No, I think that's harsh when I'm expected more because we beat them 4-1. Brought down a lot. They were quite vocal, but when you're losing, you don't tend to be that vocal. I'm going to put them in there. I don't really like Sheffield United fans anyway. I'm going to get some stick for this, but again, it's my opinion. Losing 4-1's not going to help, so yeah, that's why I'm putting them in there. Next was Hull. I'm not going to put Hull in vocal. They came down on a wet, horrible midweek night to Cov. Did a number on us, won 2-0, and they were quite quiet. Part of me wants to put them in why bother, because they did that whole "you get mauled by the Tigers" chant, which is the cringiest chant in football. If you don't agree, let me know down in the comments what you think is the cringiest chant in football, but that's up there for me. And yeah, they were vocal, but what we give them chance to, so I'll give them that. Next up, Blackburn. Yeah, Blackburn were quite vocal. Brought a fair few down with them. Quiet first half, but they come into it second half. Again, vlog for these games are on my channel. And they were very vocal in the second half until we nicked a last minute winner, which kind of piled them down a little bit. And then we go to the last two. Bournemouth, why bother? Bank holiday Monday, gorgeous weather. Massive game that could have, which really helped them seal their promotion. They win 3-0. Didn't hear a peep out of them. So I was a bit disappointed by that. And then Huddersfield, who we had at the weekend. Travelled well. Very vocal, especially when they've gone up. Got to give a shout out because they did a minute's applause for one of their fans, Daz, who passed away, which was brilliantly observed by both sets of fans. And yeah, they were very vocal, especially once they took the lead. And in the second half, they were really coming to their own. The limbs when they scored was brilliant. Bit of pyro as well, which always goes down well with me. So yeah, that's kind of about it. Something a bit new, something a bit different. Let me know what you think. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, and I'll see you